Hey, what's good, y'all? It's the Cadillac of Tokyo, and I'm back again with another reaction video. Ooh. Like, comment, and subscribe if you rock with what I'm doing. But today we're actually reviewing a product that I just came in contact with. If you know me, I'm into firearms. I got a P80. Like, I ended up building a P80, and I ended up building FMK AG1 frame, and just putting a slide and an optic on it. So when that happened, I had to go optic shopping. So while I was doing that, I came across an optic that was too good to be true, and that optic was the Swampfox Kingslayer. If you guys know anything about that, it's like a pretty budget optic, but the crazy part about it is that I found it on wish.com and I found it for 35 bucks. So I decided to do a review on it and see if it's real or not, and just go from there. Boop. So starting off, let's just start with the box. It came with the optic in it. It came with a cover of the optic. I think I set it down somewhere. Oh, there it is. It came with the cover of the optic, a screwdriver, and an extra slide tray. If you guys know, if you get it straight from the factory, you guys already know that it comes with an optic mount and the screws and everything. But obviously this just came with these three things, and and it came with a battery too that was installed. When I read the reviews on it, a lot of people said that it didn't come with a battery. It was the wrong battery, but I didn't really have that issue because the battery's still in there. Maybe when I take it out, we're gonna have issues, but for now, that's what it is. If you guys look at it, it looks exactly like the Swampfox Kingslayer that's on the website. There's really no difference. Everything looks exactly the same. Like, the only thing that I would say is different is that there's a milling in here. Like, the milling that's in here is different from the ones that are portrayed on the website. So with that being said, that's probably like minor cosmetic stuff. And I did get some RMR screws. Like, you can buy I think it's called like the socket screws. Like, these are specialty screws that you can get at any hardware store. And those are the ones that they use in the RMRs too. So I was just like, okay, since they don't have one, let me go run out and grab one. So I did. Yeah, even weight wise, like, this feels, oh yeah, and this is empty clip for everybody. But even weight wise, it's actually heavier. Like, it feels like it's like built to last type thing. You know what I mean? It's very heavy, and for me, that's not a problem. So, and this is all just like within like the first hour of it, like me just taking it out and everything like that. I just decided to mount it to my range toy right here, so okay. One thing that I did notice about this is that on the website it says that there's like a 32 MOA circle or like a 45 or something, but when you turn it on, it's just a regular red dot. There's no difference, you know what I mean? It's just a regular red dot. So with that inaccuracy, you can tell that maybe this might be a little phooey, a little fake. Yeah, other than that, like, I can go through the problems. I did write down a list of them just so, just to be transparent about it, because obviously everything has its issues. So the first issue, which is probably the biggest issue that I've seen, was the glare. Like, there's if the red dot is not in the complete middle of the glass, there's like a glare to it. Like, it stretches out the red dot and makes it into like a straight line going up to the edge of the dome. You know what I mean? So with that was probably, that's probably like the worst thing, because Obviously, like if you're just on some point and shoot, you don't want anything messing that up where you don't know exactly what it is. And the second thing that's wrong with this is that there's extra light. Like there's a bunch of extra light coming through. So when I seen that, I immediately thought that it was probably the housing that the dot is actually in is probably damaged, because I have my Hollow Sun 507C X2, and it's just the dot. Like there's no extra light coming out. It's perfect. This is my carry joint. This is what I did. I ended up getting it milled from NC Engravers, so they did a super good job, and it was pretty decent price. So yeah, this is my X2, and you probably can't see it, but I can, and there's no extra lighting or anything. So that's the second thing. I can leave this right here. Yeah, and the glare only happens if it's perfectly not in the middle. Like if it's definitely not in the middle, you're gonna start seeing it start warped. So either there's like a warped glass, or there's something wrong with the housing, which is making things not work as they should. Also, if you put this on camera, there are 2 dots. So the extra lighting actually makes another circle if like you're filming on a phone or something like that. So then you'll see 2 dots instead of 1. But if it's perfectly in the middle, you're only gonna see the dot. You know what I mean? Which could be a good thing for like people training, so they can just, get used to just having it in there without anything going on. So like I said before, the fourth thing that's wrong with it, doesn't come with any mounting screws, no mounts, no nothing. It's just the Optic, the screwdriver to take the battery tray off, and the cover, and an extra battery tray and a battery. So yeah, and it's not 32 MOA as advertised, as I already said. So with that being said, let's just go to the shooting portion. I'm gonna go to the range and put a few rounds on it. I read in some of the reviews of it, the glass fell out after 2 or 3 rounds. People are calling it trash, and some people are calling it perfect. And right now it's far from perfect, just like a Glock. No, I'm just but let's just go to the range, and then we're gonna check this out. Hey, so we are back again. We just got back from the range, and I would like to say that the Swampfox actually ran pretty well. Like, I was pretty surprised, from all the reactions that I got and all the reviews that I seen on Wish. They all said that it would fall out after 3 rounds, or just like all the bad reviews usually say about optics that are super cheap. But it actually held up. It has like a really good body. I ended up shooting 200 rounds through it, and I had no problems at all. I didn't even have problems actually finding the dot. That was one thing that I thought would probably be hard, since there's like warping and stuff. But if you just put the brightness down 2 notches down from the top, from the highest brightness, it runs perfectly. Overall, I would probably give this, if I had to rate this from 1 to 5, I would probably give this like a 2.5 or a 3. And that's just for range stuff. Like, if I was just gonna go to the range and have fun with a handgun, I would just do that. But if you're talking about a carry situation, I would probably give it like a 1.5 or a 2. And that's just because the guarantee that it will work in every situation is not there. Like, it doesn't have the shake awake feature or the auto off feature, so that means that your red dot is running the whole time. So if something actually does happen, it might be dead, and I don't want to do that. That's why I have the hollow sun on my carry, because it's reliable. But other than that, yeah, I would give it 2.5 or a 3, just because it doesn't come with any of the mounting brackets. There is the warpness in the lens and the dot, and there's extra dots on there if it's too bright. And yeah, and other than that, it works solidly. Like, if you can get this working, then more power to you. But for me, I probably wouldn't carry this or anything. It would just stay on here until I get in another Swampfox. If this is not a Swampfox, which I have my doubts that it is, I would definitely go and get the Kingslayer. And 2, another thing that I did was, since I seen all of the stuff that was wrong with it, I went to wish.com, and since this was like a guaranteed 30-day order, this came super fast. It came within a week. They gave me my money back for it. I didn't even have to send it back in. And what I did was I bought another one just to see if it was a quality control thing, or if it was just this one dot that was doing this. But with that being said, that was my review. And if you guys like it, comment down below. Also, I will be getting another hollow sun or a red dot or another Swampfox Kingslayer from Swampfox directly soon, so you guys might see another review on that. And with that being said, that was another review video. Ooh.